Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so we are back again with another Alliance War video. This is War 7 of Season 28 and this is a crazy war in many different ways. So first things first, it is against GT40 and it is the fight for the first place because they are currently number 1 on the leaderboard and we are number 2. We both have not lost a war yet. So basically the winner of this war will be in extremely good position go ahead and win the season. Granted, obviously, you still perform the 5 remaining wars. At the same time, this was the worst war ASR has had in a really long time, and there were some ridiculously stupid deaths. Somebody managed to die with the rank 4 Doom, which I ought to think should have been pretty much impossible. That's what I thought about rank 3 Doom anyways, but it turns out that if your inputs get stuck and Doom just stand there when you ought to be power draining opponent, and if they are left with 3 bars of power, then eating level 3s might not be necessarily a good thing for you. We had a couple of disconnect deaths, and obviously some deaths with Quake as well. All in all, an absolute shit show of a war, and both alliances died significantly more than they would in pretty much any other war in the recent memory. And the score at this point was 6 deaths to 9. We're losing. And I already had thought that we had lost the war. And I had to do my fight, so this is actually quite late in the war, because I figured I'll do it all with one set of boosts and one set of energy. My first couple of fights are Quake fights. I'm not even going to really show them in full speed. It's just Quake against Cosmic Ghost Rider. Nothing special to see there. On Path 7, Section 1. Section 2, only one fight as well against Silver Centurion. Nothing too special there. And then I have Black Widow Deadly Origins mini-boss. But before I got to do those fights, score drastically changed. And 10 to 9. So this could be the chance to win the war, right? Little did I know about all the other things that are about to follow. But at this point, ASR's kind of like back in the game. So long as we don't die again, we got this. Right. That was only thing that I knew at that point, and that meant that stress is back on. For most part, most of the day, I was already kind of, annoyed that we did so poorly in this war and ready to lose, so I didn't worry too much about giving an extra death or something like that. But now the race was back on. So I did change my mastery setup specifically for this fight, just to make sure I have as little chance as possible to mess up. Black Widow Deadly Origins, Polka, Dot Power, Stunning Reflection, all that other good stuff. I have done this fight a couple times already in the season, but I was going to play it as safe as possible. In order to do that, used Power Start 1 boost, put my Liquid Courage Double Edge back on to give me some Monster Mass for the beginning of the fight, and that was the plan. Play as safely as possible, drop your level 1s, get the Monster Mass, use those charges, go unstoppable and gain openings. Don't bother entering frenzy. Punish her level 2s, and that's it. That's literally it. Just block, go unstoppable, get an easy opening, drop a level 1, push her to level 2. Fade that out, rinse and repeat. No frenzy needed, just play as safe as possible. This is the only fight for the Mole Man, so I'm not bothered about block and chip damage. Just do what's needed to be done. And that's it. As we can see here, doing exactly that. Everything's going according to the plan. Last level 1, the fight is done. Then I had to wait for my teammate to deal with a mini-boss Hulkbuster, the last one remaining, and then I had a boss fight. And this boss fight's actually extremely scary for me, because that is the only death of the season so far for me. And it kind of, my words came back to haunt me, because I did mess up. I played extremely poorly in this fight. And immediately as I died to him, a couple of wars back, I said that I know what I did wrong. I played very, very badly. And if I have to do it again, I, without doubt, will solo this fight. So, they put me to test here. And the plan is fairly straightforward. The plan is as simple as it can be. Block bait out heavy attacks or double mediums. Do 4-hit combos. That's about it. And keep your power ready for whenever he reaches 10 hatred and enters his rage mode or whatever it is called. Take off the unstoppable. whilst he's in rage mode, all of his special attacks will be unblockable. So bait out level 1, that is the only time I can't push him to 2 bars of power. Other than that, that level 2 in the block doesn't even hurt all that much, like we can see here in second, and it's going to give me a decent amount of smolders. And even though I'm taking quite a lot of block damage, you know, it's not going too bad because I keep doing increasingly more damage as the fight goes on, because I keep increasing the amount of smolders that I have, and I'm kind of pulling away HP wise more and more. Now he's at 9 charges here. As soon as he drops his level 1, then I need to be careful from this unblockable now. Need to drop my special attack to disable that unstoppable, and make sure not to let him get 2 bars of power till his rage mode expires. That is it. And the plan is working. And I will kind of have a bit dodgy moment in a sec where I should have punished him, but I didn't. But still, yeah, like here I think, yeah, I dashed in too late, and well, he could have parried me, and that could have been the end. That was actually quite a serious mistake, but he didn't. That's all good. Nailed 1 intercept, he's burning away, and the fight is over. Very good, right? So this is the score after my boss fight, and that also ended up being the score after both alliances. Both alliances did 150 fights. This is how the war finished. The problem is, however, with this Penny Parker mini-boss, where she has gathered 4 kills. And that's where the drama bit comes in. And at this point, I'm honestly not even sure what to think. But something dodgy definitely has taken a foot. And I got this video sent to me by people yelling at me or something. I'm not entirely sure, but definitely a lot of emotions flying about. So we can see a person that this person is from the opposing alliance. This is the fight. I'm sorry you can't see the name, and the video is in bad quality because I got it sent to me online. So he's using Venom Pool against Penny Parker, and well, long story short, he gets kicked out. Apparently, it says well, that somebody else is logged on that account. Now, obviously, GT40 does not hesitate to point the finger in ASR, and I find that quite obvious. Like, that's exactly what I would do as well. Except everybody that I have spoken to about this in ASR, well, they say they haven't done anything or they know nothing. In either way, current situation is that, as far as I know, at the very least, neither side knows exactly what happened or who did what there. But obviously, there's a ton of arguing happening now in chats and a ton of adult conversations. And something like that is shit. It genuinely is. I hate it, and I hate whenever things like that happen anywhere to anyone. At the same time, unless some actual information comes forward, I don't know what to do. And I hate the situation. But I don't want to shy away from it, because that happened. And for all intents and purposes, ASR had no right to win this war, based on how we played. We had the worst war of the season. We should have lost. Now, GT40 didn't have a great war either, but what happened there at the end, obviously, is some bullshittery. And ASR is the first alliance to point fingers too. However, everybody in ASR, obviously, well, nobody knows nothing, and there's a ton of arguing now happening. And I just hate when things like that happen. I really do. Either way, despite all of the very heartwarming things that I have actually, for whatever reason, received myself in private messages or chats or whatever, I feel sorry for what has taken place. I have no information of use that I could provide. Any single person within my team that I have spoken to says that they know nothing. And ultimately, at the end of the day, when it comes to taking anybody's word well. Either you believe everyone or no one, and no one has anything past this video clip. That a person basically got kicked out, and it looks shit. I know it does, and there's nothing I can do to. I don't know. It just sucks. Either way, ASR and a shitty war. We should not have been winning this one. But I don't know what to do. And I'm sure that there are going to be plenty of people screaming to me in comment sections and things like that. But I don't know. And ultimately, until there is something concrete rather than speculation and accusations, either way, regardless of what has happened, I do want to say that if there was any foul play involved from somebody acting maliciously, because that is not the only scenario, but if there was a foul play involved, regardless from where it has come, I really do feel for GT40, because they have been on fire this season, and they did deserve to win this war. If I do ever at any point find out for sure, without a reasonable degree of doubt, that anyone in ASR has anything to do with this, I'll leave the alliance. But without knowing, I don't know what to do. Apart from saying that, yeah, sucks. Really does suck. One thing after another. Either way, that is it for today's video. And, well, I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the